Good morning, everybody. Another chilly day. Ruby is in a chasing squirrels kind of mood. How you doing, Rubes? Today, Ruby and I are talking about, we kind of got some good feedback on one of our previous videos around the challenges that reps have in market, like in terms of lead gen, getting new business. And, I always go back to the concept of like, are we allowing our reps to tell us what type of rep they are? Are they a hunter or are they a farmer? Are they somebody who just loves the account list and they will love and hug and kiss and squeeze our current customers until they hurt? And if that's the case, then you know what? You put them in a role where they have to go out and find new business. That is, brushing a dog's fur the wrong direction. Don't like it. You go to this conversation around business development, and what does that mean for many reps in market, and finding out how to get in front of prospects who are very hesitant to talk to you if they want to talk to any reps at all. So this conversation around cold outreach and things along those lines. So the way I start thinking about it is how do you begin to form a relationship with somebody who A, doesn't want a relationship with you straight up, but B, even in a soft way, start a conversation with them that makes it easier for them to decide, is this something that I want to go further with? And it's the way, there's demographics changing in market. It's the way people have been raised, frankly, stranger danger, to be honest. How do we not be strangers to our prospects? And so something like what you're seeing here with me and what I'm doing is a piece of that puzzle. I haven't been a B2B rep in a long time. I've done it, but I haven't done it in a long time. And so I empathize with what's going on in the market today. But really, how do we support business developers in a model where you can help the market get to know you by being more out there, more vocal, being the subject matter expert? You don't have to know everything about everything. But if you can know some very specific things about your markets, your customers, their pain points, throw your products and services in there too, that's fine. That's not something you want to ignore or avoid. But what does that mean? So how does that impact what you're doing as a rep in market? So the way I start to think about it is, what is that brand that you can build for yourself, for your, niche target audience, that makes them feel like this person knows what they're talking about? I may or may not have a need. I may or may not have the budget. I may or may not be able to push the committee to buy to get your product. But if I bring you to the table, you're a known quantity. You're something that we can rely on as being somebody that is not fly by night, not crap product or service, whatever. You can kind of lean into that. So it's a challenge to reps, all lines of business. How does that fit for you? What does that mean to you? It means something different to everybody, but what I'm suggesting here is that the more you can be out there in your markets, and some of that's going to events, and sure, but some of it is just being vocal with an audience that needs to hear what you have to say. You know what your customers deal with. You know how they have to, overcome obstacles or fight fights with, technology or whatever it is. And then you can start defining what your success to do that would look like, so you can get more at-bats. It's really what we're talking about. They don't know you. It's really hard to sell to somebody. So relationships matter in this environment. And so can we build a digital relationship, something like this, that helps you be seen differently where you are? And I don't care what you sell. You could sell retail. You could sell, it doesn't really matter. The more you can do this, the better it is for you as a business to be able to, or you as a rep, to be able to get in front of the people that need to see what you do and why you're different. So my challenge to you is to think, how does that work? And what I'm trying to do is, sounds great for me to say that, but how do we systematize that? How do we turn processes around to help people do that? Because just saying that is not enough. What does that mean? Well, start a YouTube channel, sure. What does that actually mean? So it's being very practical about some of these things. But what we do know, what I'm seeing every day, is that the world of sales is so different than it used to be, and it's not going to get any easier. So the more that reps can do this, and it will get noisier and noisier and noisier for your buyers over time. But if you can get really good at this, gosh, now's the time. I mean, if my thesis takes off, a lot of reps will start doing this in your vertical. And then you have to deal with that as well. So first to market tends to win in a lot of ways. And me doing this, I'm not first to market, but gosh, I'm really trying to figure out how do we help, reps, sales teams, companies, sales and marketing teams get better at doing this, because the buyer is now the boss. They've always been the boss, but they're really the boss now. So food for thought, get out there, start talking, see what happens. And, we'll keep trying to put some of this content out there to make it a little easier to put maybe some of these processes in place, because it's tough. It's tough out there. All right. All the best. Walking and Talking with Ruby.